going to be watching Testing My Subscribers Struggle Meals. I used to eat a lot of struggle meals growing up, okay? We had hot dogs on piece of white bread, a lot of SpaghettiOs. I think I see Mama Noodles back there. I've eaten a lot of those, so let's see what his subscribers be munching on.
As the title suggests, this is another episode of Struggle Meals. It's always good to keep struggle meal recipes around because you never know when life is gonna kick you in the crotch, give you a wedgie, and spit on your face. Over the past few weeks, I received a lot of recipes from all of you. Today, we'll make them, try them, and rate them 1 through 10. I divided the recipes up into 4 categories: rice, instant foods, pizza, and murder attempts. These are
Wait, GFOJ. I pour orange juice on my girlfriend. ML rice. I throw rice at my mother-in-law. Bengali pudding. I am not putting that in my mouth unless I know exactly what's in there. And NTTK. I have no idea.
recipes that seem so weird that I can't really tell if it will change my life for the better or you're just trying to kill me.
Oh!
First recipe is called mug pizza from Teen Artist.
Oh, I've done mug recipes. I think I've done like mug gooey butter cake. And then I also did mug pancakes. Because sometimes I don't want to eat like a whole big meal and I just want like a little snack while I'm watching 90 Day Fiancé.
Using my annoying roommate's mug that says no coffee, no talkie. He thinks he's quirky, but we're just lame. 4 tablespoons of flour, 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/16 teaspoon of baking soda. Who measures like that? We'll also add some salt, mix all the white ingredients, we'll move on to the wet ingredients, which is just milk that I got from myself and some olive oil. Turn that into a paste, we'll top it with whatever we like. Obviously, we're gonna go with a lot of never-ending raclette. Finally, we'll just throw it into the microwave for 1.5 minutes. Do you think my microwave's clean?
Wait, no sauce? Where's the sauce? Where's the sauce?
Here it is, the mug pizza. Smells better than it looks, but let's give it a taste and rate it 1 through 10. Tastes kind of like an overly moist biscuit or a really savory cake. The cheese definitely saves the day. As a struggle meal, it's a solid.
Honestly, if you put cheese on anything, it's probably going to taste at least 3 times better. Even though I'm lactose intolerant. It could really cover up a bunch of crap.
6 out of 10. The tortilla crust is a little unstable, so we're going to stack them up. And our first step is to put them in the oven to get crispy. And to make it more authentic, we'll top it off with tomato puree and never-ending raclette, just like how Ashley White's Nana used to do it. And then back into the 400-degree oven for about 8 minutes. My annoying roommate's watching TV, so there's a lot of background noises. But
honestly, that doesn't look too bad. This is kind of like kids' cuisine core. I mean, obviously, I would like the blue pudding and like the brownie, but I would try this.
Trust me, this thing is really crunchy. This actually looks like one of those flatbread pizza they sell at Domino's. Just tastes like a low-end frozen pizza. Definitely cheaper. So on a struggle meal scale, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
That's pretty good. I would eat that.
As I'm pulling out the other half wheel of raclette, I noticed something horrible happen.
Mold! Dang. On that giant cheese, too. Can you cut around it? The only thing I know about cheese is when I used to play Neopets, you would get a big block of cheese and you would roll it down the hill and then everybody would see whose cheese rolled the fastest. Can you eat around that? Yeah, why not? Oh no, the moldy cheese has mold. I would probably cut it. I would cut it off. Maybe I'm just broke. I think I'm just broke.
Then I started thinking, raclette's already fermented and covered in mold, so more shouldn't hurt, right? We'll just cut it off and use it for this recipe. And whatever happens to me after the video, I'll keep you guys updated. If I stop posting for a while, you wouldn't be surprised. We also need some kimchi and corn. Raymond also asked for I give us a chance to QP mayo, but since we already have the raclette, I'm gonna skip it. Because if the never-ending raclette and the I give us a chance to QP mayo is ever in the same bowl, the universe will explode.
I love Tortilla Hacks.
We'll put in
what we used to eat when I was a kid, when I would go to my friend's house, is we would get a tortilla, then we would pop popcorn in the microwave, then we would take the popcorn out of the bag, put it on top of the tortilla, and then put cheese, and then roll it up and eat it, and it was supposed to be like a popcorn taco.
Another tortilla on top and sear both sides on medium-low heat for 3 minutes.
That looks good.
Yeah. This is the best looking one so far. I have high hopes for it.
It's like perfect crust. This looks really good. I would eat this.
Cheese nicely melted. Let's give it a taste.
Do I have low standards?
The acidity from the kimchi and the fattiness of the cheese has a nice contrast going on. My only complaint is the lack of protein, but you know, it's a struggle meal. It tastes amazing, but it's not that easy to make, so I'll give it an 8.5. Moving on to the instant food segment.
Ramen burrito.
Struggle more
Ooh!
than canned beans and ramen noodles. So we're gonna put them together and make it into a burrito. Look, Egg also asked for cheddar cheese and dry parsley. I'm gonna skip those. I'll just microwave some Taco Bell refried beans, cut up some pepper, and pretty much all of the flavor in this burrito come from my favorite ramen, Indomie. I should make a dedicated video for it. We'll go a layer of beans, pepper, and noodles.
I think I'm a child. I just don't like peppers. I think that they're disgusting. My least favorite food, bell peppers, celery, coffee, chocolate. Okay, maybe I need help.
Roll it up. I've been seeing a lot of comments lately accusing me of being obsessed with cross sections. My response to that is, you're right. And this one is looking pretty good. The refried beans gets kind of creamy intertwined between the noodles. Creates a pretty interesting texture. And the pepper has the freshness that I desperately needed. But I'd rather eat
chocolate boo. The chocolate part is weird. Okay, the reason I don't like chocolate was because when I was a kid, I liked attention. Okay? Boo! That's why I'm a VTuber now. But what I did was I wanted something that made me more interesting than everybody else. Contrarian, okay? So I told everybody I didn't like chocolate because I thought that it made me cool to be different. But then I gaslit... Whose abs are these? Anyways, I gaslit myself so hard that I eventually didn't like chocolate anymore. So yeah, that's why I don't like chocolate. I pretended that I didn't, and then eventually it caught up to me just because I wanted to be different. And now that I'm different, that means that I actually don't like chocolate, which sucks because that means when I go to birthday parties, I can't have chocolate fudge cake, even though it looks so moist and so good.
Indomie on its own, so I'll give it a 5.5 out of 10. This one scares me a little bit. Our boy Amir calls this soy oats. You're right, it sounds exactly like what it is. It starts off normal, so some oats will add some water, boil till creamy. Now it gets weird. Amir wants me to put broth powder and some sunny side up eggs. When he mentioned sunny side up eggs, he added he trusts me. That's a reference to my streak of not being able to cook a single egg properly. I'm sorry to tell you, Amir, you underestimated my laziness because I'm about to replace both the broth powder and eggs with miso paste. I understand where you're going. It's just a savory oats, so I think it'll do. Finally, some soy sauce, stir that together, and
this is some like I'm a old English child in 1340 and my mom wants me to have enough sustenance to survive the winter. This is gross.
we're done. Here's what I call the healthy lunch for a Japanese horse. So when it first entered my mouth, I kind of wanted to spit it out. But the more I chew it, the more I realize it's really flavorful. And maybe oats is supposed to be savory. It reminds me of one of those Chinese porridge thing that they serve at Cantonese restaurants. Better than I expected, but I'm not going to take a second bite. 7.5 out of 10. This one is said to be a traditional family recipe called the milk soup. It's ironic how it's a family recipe, but my dad's still not back with the milk.
Oh, that's sad. But also, do you think that cereal is milk soup? I mean, technically it's broth, particles floating around. I think it could qualify as soup.
The milk is coming to a simmer. We'll add some sugar, and I don't know what these noodles are, so I'll go with the ramen noodles. It's all noodles, they should be similar.
Ooh, it's getting foamy. That pot has rabies.
Once the noodles are
Why the anime moaning?
cooked, it's ready to consume. It's just hot milk and sugar and instant noodles with nothing else, no seasoning. And I'm gonna taste it and rate it 1 through 10. I'm gonna put this in my mouth.
Honestly, if I had the pack of noodles, I would probably just eat that. And then if I really wanted milk, maybe just milk in a glass. I don't know the last time I actually drank milk out of a cup. Probably when I was like 7? It's been a long time.
Now back to the small pot, we'll spray in some oil and put it on high heat, starting with scrambling some eggs. Now when the eggs are cooked, we'll put in some diced tomatoes. I just diced them really fine. We'll season it with soy sauce and water, and again coming with a whole packet of Indomie. I feel like with this, we're exiting the realm of struggle meals, so it's okay to go above and beyond with this one.
It's like paschetti.
Cheese pull and tomato sauce. This is like if you had lasagna for dinner and threw it up later that night. So
you also have to like ration the cheese too. I want the best bite to be the last bite. So I'll always eat the stuff I don't like first, or I'll save all of the cheese for the very end.
Let's give it a taste and rate it 1 through 10. I've always been a big fan of the tomato and egg combo, so coming into it, I knew it was gonna be decent. It's kind of like shakshuka or that Chinese dish. We just added a whole packet of Indomie into it. Even though it tastes great, I'm gonna give it a 6.9 because it has too many steps. This is an important category because I just learned that 20% of all calories consumed by human beings on Earth is in the form of rice.
Yeah, because it's so good. And you can make so many meals with rice. I have rice probably 90% of the week. I will always have rice on the side. And if I don't have rice, then I'll do potatoes because sometimes potatoes like complement things a little bit more. But rice is so versatile. You can even have rice desserts. It's so good.
That means 1 in every 5 calories. No wonder why egg fried rice can become its own niche on YouTube. Our first recipe is from Bashim Sauce. This is short for bechamel sauce. He calls it vomit rice.
I don't want to eat anything that starts with vomit. Honestly, probably the best struggle meal you can have. There's 2 struggle meals. One that got me through college when I was super broke is spaghetti. Spaghetti makes so much, and you can eat it like every day. Microwave's fine, doesn't really need protein. Honestly, just the sauce and the noodles are good. And another one that I think is also pretty great is any stew. You can just put a bunch of stuff in a pot and then just eat it for a long time.
Yum. Starting with dried seaweed, I'm gonna cut up some of these old sushi nori into a pot, then some instant noodle seasoning, obviously Indomie again, a third of water, of a cup or of the pot. Put it on the stove to simmer and stream in an egg. Kind of similar to the technique from egg drop soup. The smell of the seaweed and egg combined is really coming through, like a polluted beach with sulfur. After 30 seconds of stirring, we will add the rice and let it sit for 45 seconds before pouring it out. Not gonna lie, Bashim Sauce nailed it with the name.
It does look like vomit. Oh my god, I don't know if I can eat that. It looks like some Fear Factor type shit.
The difference between this and vomit is the reflective acidity.
Let's give it a
taste and rate it 1 through 10.
It's too wet.
Tastes like the combination of a seaweed miso soup and porridge. So things I don't enjoy. But the ramen seasoning packet really saved it. I think this only tastes good if you're cold and starving. 7.2 out of 10.
Yeah, I guess this is like zombie apocalypse approved.
10. The next rice recipe also has a great name. Anna calls it the thick risotto. I can already feel Italian hands coming on my face just by deciding to make this dish. All we need to do is combine cooked rice, cream cheese, mozzarella, she meant never-ending raclette, oregano, and ketchup. We'll mix everything together and put it in the microwave for 30 seconds.
I don't know about this one.
I think the name of the previous dish is more fitting here. Maybe I should post this on Instagram and tell everybody it's risotto. Nah, I don't want to be dealing with mean comments today. It seems really thick and sounds like a good mac and cheese. A lot of tiny cheese pulls going on here.
Okay, that close, it kind of looks like mac and cheese. Or the cheddar hash browns from Cracker Barrel. I'm kind of into it like this.
It does have the consistency of risotto, but the overall flavors reminds me of Wegmans sushi rolls. I'm a fan of cheesy rice, so I'll give it an 8.6 out of 10.
I had the Wegmans Reddit suggested to me because for some reason Reddit thinks I like looking at very niche, weird communities. Where is Wegmans from? All they do on that Reddit is complain. I even checked their best of post and I'm pretty sure it's just complaining.
No, it doesn't look good, but it tastes decent. You can add some protein in it and it's a complete meal. Now to the land of diabolical ideas, murder attempts.
Yes!
Surprisingly, these are the simplest dishes of the day. Starting with the OJ Goldfish Cereal.
I'm supposed to see that. My innocent eyes, man. My innocent eyes. I've never seen something so vulgar.
Yep. It's exactly how it sounds. So the normal cereal procedure, believe me when I tell you, there's no goldfish in my local grocery store. So once we pour the juice, cheesy fish will be replaced by the extra toasty square with the hole in it.
Come on, guys. I know you got mad earlier said, it's struggle meals, Barry. They're supposed to be struggle meals. Ain't nobody struggling this bad. Eat them separate. Why? Why?
Like the medicine for calcium deficiency or a sign of mental instability. So let's try it out.
Eat them separate.
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I'm digging this a lot. Normally when I eat Cheez-Its, it's always too dry. My throat is extremely experienced with swallowing, but they still manage to give me salty surprises sometimes. So with the moisture from the OJ, it balances it out.
Oh, hell no. Guys, I have to make a section of the Discord where you can request your weird food combinations and I try it. Because I don't believe this is good. There's no way. There's no way.
Yes, cheese and fruit has always been a good combo. 8.3 out of 10.
Wow.
Aya claims this is a Filipino classic,
I
the
don't know what
Milo
that
over
is.
rice. I have no idea what Milo is.
I don't
Personally,
either.
I'm more of a fan of Ovaltine because it's British and Milo's Canadian. Considering Maltesers are my favorite candy, I'm sure this wouldn't be that bad. We just put a couple scoops of Milo powder on top.
Oh, it kind of looks like hot chocolate. Oh, it says chocolate malt. Is it what you normally put in milk and then it's hot and then you drink it? I assume it's like hot chocolate.
Top of cooked rice and eat it just like this. Well, it's definitely not bad, but it's not good either.
It being not bad is kind of a compliment to rice. I feel like rice works with everything. That's insane.
I'll give it a neutral score of 4 out of 10. I feel like I just wasted my jaw energy.
Yeah.
Najabin gave us 2 recipes. I'm only gonna make the first one, which starts with an egg in a mug. Seems to be a theme of this episode. A little bit of sugar and 2 teaspoons of powdered milk. Gonna go with Milo. Is Milo milk? Mix it all together and put it in the microwave for a minute. When it's done, I'm a little bit confused by its looks.
Looks like dirt.
So jiggly.
Ew, it looks like there's dirt with bugs in it. Ew, mealworm breeding ground. This shit's from Spore.
Doesn't feel like something you should be putting into your mouth, but it's basically a sweetened egg with a little bit of coagulated egg white on top.
I guess I try it. I don't like chocolate though.
That's what makes it exciting, right?
It seems like he's contemplating. He's loading. I've never seen anybody poop out of their mouth before.
Last but not least, we have the
misery.
most straightforward instruction ever. Takis dipped in Nutella. Somehow every struggle meal episode ends with a bag of Takis. But as a wise man once said,
I would like to talk to you on the phone.
I'd like to talk you to you on the phone.
for such simple instructions, let's get straight into the...
Honestly, I could see this being okay. It kind of like balances out the spicy. To be fair, I think everything is spicy. I did a tier list a long time ago on the spiciest soda. In case you're wondering, it's ginger ale.
trying it and rating it 1 through 10. While my body is confused, but my mind is pleased. The Nutella kind of masks the pungent flavors from the Takis seasonings and mellows it out with
That's
the
probably
creaminess.
alright.
Combined together, it makes the Takis smoother and the Nutella more exciting. 9 out of 10. This is kind of life-changing. Is that why Leon dyed his hair Taki color? Because I'm thinking about doing the same thing. I offered some to my roommate but got rejected. You probably wouldn't believe me either, so why don't you try it for yourself? Anyways, it's always great to test out your recipes. Makes me realize everybody's so creative.
Doesn't Wendy's have a Takis meal right now where they like took burger and like just coated it in Takis powder? I think they do. To be fair, it looks kind of gross, but I've heard that it's all right.
Apologize that I couldn't review everybody's submissions. We'll do more of these videos in the future. These creative struggle meals aren't just about saving money or struggling. I see them as all of your innate ability to make the best of a bad situation or find joy within the harshness of life. As
I used to play Chopped at my house when I was a kid. We would have stuff sitting around the kitchen and I would try to combine it into a meal. It's kind of fun. You're like a little wizard.
said it before, remember, the most important part of a struggle meal is to eat it with a heart full of hope.
Wait, I think I might have missed a step. When did his fork get bent like that? It's like pointing all the way up.
Alright, thank you.
That was a good video. I feel like I would try some of those things. That looked really really good. And I mean, not everything. It was good. I liked it. I think I would maybe try the Takis. And I definitely wouldn't eat anything called vomit. But that looked great. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Make sure to come by the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/BerryCrepe. And then also, if you want to use my code on GG, I would appreciate it. 10% off. Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.